Hello and welcome, ladies, gentlemen, and beasts. Thank you for coming to the stream that answers the question why will need get arrested. Today we are talking about one death and one mutilation, which is a weird thing to say, especially on stream. Like, come on, this should not be the meta right now that we are literally talking about deaths and mutilations among people. But well, we are. What you will say, we have a different lighting in the background. I'm just testing it out if it looks better or not. So your opinion is as valid right now as it is. What you can see in the background over there is a painting by Bob. So I love that painting. If you do not send emojis of appreciation for that painting, you're officially banned. Anyway, let's just start. Jesus Christ. Yeah. So we are literally talking about a guy who mutilated himself over getting admission in NEET. For those who do not know, NEET is the national exam, national entrance exam for, what was the T in NEET? I forgot. It's been a while since I have learn the full form of fucking NEET. It is such national eligibility cum entrance test. It is a worthless piece of paper, to be completely honest with you, that determines whether you get into a college or not, like especially a medical college. I have known people who have given NEET multiple times. I have known people who have cried and just broken up because of their NEET score, which is something absolutely of a pointless score, to be completely honest with you. It is pointless. There is no back and forth with it. But and then self-mutilating yourself over something like this, because in India, NEET is something that determines whether you will be successful in life or like come out of poverty over it. It is absolute bullshit. Absolutely fucking bullshit. This should not happen. Like this, like giving so much importance to entrance exams in India is already a fucking problem. It is already a fucking problem that we give so much fucking importance to competitive exams like NEET, JEE Advanced, whatever, because we think it will determine our life. It will determine how we end up in life. Because without a job in India, you're basically fucked. No one wants to go down on the poverty ladder just because of that. Be serious. If two tests in India determine whether or not you end up successful in life, whether you have money to put food on the table, and those exams are taken when you are basically children, are we being is it serious? Like, are we serious? Does this make sense to you? Obviously fucking not. The other guy died because of governmental incompetence, because they would rather not have people take care of regulations. They'll rather take bribes. They'll rather take literally any sort of money, or just do it for fucking free. In a location where there have been multiple incidences of accidents before, like 2nd of January in Noida, the same exact place, the same exact reason, a lorry went off the road and fell into the water. Nothing was ever fucking done. Let's get into this step by step. Okay, so first things first, we are talking about the boy. And people are like, don't get me wrong, people are making fun of the boy. Like, moral corruption aside, like look at this weirdest fucking thing. People are laughing at him because he chopped off his leg out of desperation. And they are going to blame this on every other thing other than what is responsible for this. They are going to be like, oh, this is reservation. This is affirmative action. This is not getting a position. This is because he was mentally challenged. No, none of that is true. This happens because of not having monetary security in India. Is because 2 exams determine your future. I have given JEE. I have given all of these fucking exams. I've given GATE. I even qualified for GATE because it was a pathetic little exam. not because of anything. People do this kind of shit because they're desperate to earn money in this fucking hellhole. Because we don't have universal basic income for them to be like, oh, this exam is not going to determine my future, because it may as well will. 24-year-old amputates his own fucking foot. Own foot. Cuts off. This is a Saw. We live in a literal Saw movie. This is a Saw movie, by the way. That was the whole premise of the first Saw movie. You're so desperate to survive. Would you chop off your own foot? This guy would have. Good on him. He would have survived. He still got shot. Remember? Last scene. So I'm sorry for the spoilers. It's been, what, 20 years or something. So spoiler warning. Got killed anyway. To be part of the disability quota, he chopped up his own foot. Then his girlfriend rats him out, which is just, I don't even want to know why. Okay, but that's not her fault. Like, be serious. And people are laughing, like, lost his college girlfriend and leg. Next level. Like, this is dark comedy. Like, this is not even dark comedy. This is what you not call dark comedy. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. News article. Uttar Pradesh youth. It has to be Uttar Pradesh. Like, the monetary disparity because of the religious capitalistic hellhole that Uttar Pradesh is, it can't happen anywhere else. Uttar Pradesh youth amputates foot to seek disability quota in admissions to medical college. While police saw through his ploy, oh, it is a ploy. Oh, no. It is not a fucking ploy. They are currently seeking legal opinion to determine what section of criminal law could be leveled against him. Why? Why do you want to level criminal law against someone who lost his own foot? There is no law that says you can't do it. Okay, not to be the bearer of bad news for that person, the law is mishandling body parts, technically, even though it's his own. But then again, he did call the police, so it's, Jesus, they are trying to arrest this guy over this. There's nothing here that you can arrest him over. He chopped off his own foot. It's his foot to chop off. The guy needs help. The society in UP needs help. I will become an MBBS doctor in 2026. That is what he had written in his diary. Lakhs of medical aspirants likely gave themselves a self-motivation talk, but a youth in UP took an unheard of gamut to realize his dreams. He amputated his own foot to be eligible for disability quota. You know, one of the reasons why this happens is the over-glorification of what reservation is. I mean, India even raises cases against people for trying to off themselves. Yeah, that's diabolical. I understand. Fuck it. Like, this happens because over glorification of what reservation is because you keep hearing multiple times, oh, reservation this is important, reservation that. Like, oh, they are like PWD is cutting up in the reservation. That is not why it's there. You do not want to be a PWD because you are a healthy fucking adult. You glorify reservations while not giving people enough sustenance or enough economic security. This is what ends up happening. Suraj Bhaskar, around 20 years of age, had twice failed medical entrance exam need for admissions into the governmental medical college, leading him to take the extreme side and claims he lost his foot in a violent attack, police said. Jesus, why would they call it even a ploy? It was a desperate attempt to get ahead in life in this hellhole. They're currently seeking legal opinion to determine what section of the criminal law could be leveled against him. This police people are like fucking shit. Like, we are going to see the next thing. Like, the next thing is about corruption in UP with the police. The police do not give a shit. Finding on a police probe into the incident that happened in Khalilpura village in Janpur district were shattered by additional superintendent police Ayush Srivastava on Wednesday. Like, these are the only cases where like the police are ever good. Like, you have the police in India over what, like any other case, they are not even going to register a case. Like, they are struggling to find a case here. If it was a rape case, like, they would not even register until there was like additional pressure from the media, because they don't want to ruin lives of rapists. Jesus, this is so fucking damn stupid. Anyway, fuck, I forgot. Leave a like. Please share the information on Twitter, Instagram, wherever you fucking find it. We have to talk about this shit. Like, nothing is gonna change if you don't talk about this shit. If you don't go out and protest and like talk to people, have a community, nothing is ever gonna change. So please, please do the needful. Share. Like this, nothing changes from this if you don't share, if you don't talk to people. This is not another YouTuber streamer who's out for your fucking money. I do not give a shit. The amount of cursing I do on this should tell you as much. This is never getting monetized. But seriously, fuck, share. Anyway. Finding a police probe into the incident that happened in Khalilpur village in a Jannur district were shared with additional Superintendent Police Ayush. The matter came to light after the aspirant's elder brother Akash Bhaskar informed the police on Sunday that unidentified assailants allegedly assaulted Suraj that previous night, leaving him unconscious with a severed foot before fleeing. Accordingly, a case was registered and an investigation launched, which later handed over to the city circle officer Goldie Gupta. Fuck is that name? He said, during the probe, police found several inconsistencies in Suraj's statement, explanation of his phone and questioning a woman whose number cropped up in the probe further deepened suspicion. Yeah, they are going to be really great police officers here. They're not going to be in the case of a rape or a murder case. Investigators also recovered a diary belonging to Mr. Suraj incident. I will become MBBS doctor. Failing to clear the NEET exam twice, he slipped into mental stress, police said. To avail admissions under disability quota, he allegedly devised a plan to become physically disabled by amputating his own foot and staging the incident as criminal attack. They said the accused tried to mislead the investigation with fabricated story, but his claim did not stand scrutiny during sustained questioning and examination of evidence. You know the weirdest part of this? The weirdest part of this? This came out like this, but now if you were to say that the police made up the part because they couldn't find the actual culprit, I would believe that version as well. Because the police are incompetent and they are known to intimidate witnesses and they are known to intimidate like even the victims if they are alive. Because they do not want to do their fucking job. That is like a baseline for police officers in India. And this is not even like a hyperbole or something. Like, come after me. I'll bring it up this point. Like, what happened? This was Uttar Pradesh government. This is Uttar Pradesh as well. Moninder Zata was who was the witness and the person who actually went there to save. This techie guy was harassed. Like, he was literally harassed to change his fucking story. He was give me a second. Sorry. Jesus. To avail admissions under this, the accused tried to mislead the investigation. Okay. Line Bizarre Station Officer Satish Singh said Suraj is currently undergoing treatment at the private hospital. Fine. Now let's for 5 seconds think about it. Would you, as a person, self-mutilate? And what situations in which you would self-mutilate? The guy was in mental stress brought to him by the system. This is the definition. I'm going to be very slow about this. Definition of systematic violence against the people. How do you stop this? By, first of all, talking about it and then going out and trying to improve the economy, which is not being done. You need measures like universal basic income. So people do not feel that they have to chop off their own fucking foot to get an admission into a medical college so they can have like even basic hope of surviving. Sorry for screaming. The point is, talk about it. If you're not going to talk about it, no one else will. You are not going to find a fucking Bhagat Singh in UP right now. You have to be your own. If you are for UP and if you are within the age group that this applies to, get the fuck out of the house and protest for a better governance. Stop pandering to capitalist fucks, because all they're going to ever do is give leeway to their own friends who pay their own pay their money into the BJP coffers. They're not going to help you. Like, this happened literally like 2 days ago. Blocked by Modi government for 14 months. US SEC wants federal court to serve summons to Adani via email. Like, look here. Blocked by Modi government for 14 months. US SEC wants federal court, I'm repeating, to serve summons because they are protecting Modi, but they would not protect their own people. The government is not Adani's. The government is supposed to work for you. They're working for Adani here. If even America can do a general strike, so can you guys. Yes, you can fucking, thank you. If Adani can do if Americans, fucking idiotic Americans that voted Trump into power can go on strike, you can do it too. You can get your ass out. Yeah, Americans has never done a general strike before. That is true. Indians have. The last few years within India quite literally has ended up in the situation because every single institution kept shitting on and chipping away at the ability of people to strike, to protest. Earlier, you could go on a strike whenever there was an issue. Now you have to ask permission from the government to go on a strike. That is the problem. To go on a protest, you have to ask permission by the government you're protesting against. That has been done progressively through the last 20 or so years. I'm not even going to say this started off with the BJP. This did not. This started before. Your right. We won our freedom through protesting and riots and strikes. And that is the one thing that has been curbed. We have been told after winning our freedom, oh, the most important thing we have is votes. No, it's not. Your votes mean shit if you don't back them up with actual agitation against shit like this, when you literally have like two choices: chop your foot off or live a life in poverty. Those are the options that they're presenting in front of you. You should be out on the fucking streets. Like, okay, you don't give a shit about people's desperation, especially when they are like, 20-something-year-old. You are a good, like, 30-year-old who went through all of this and now you want everyone else to also suffer. Fine. What about this? What about this? You know why this happened? A lot of Gen Z will just not work without asking permission. They can't force you to work. If they don't let you protest, you don't work. That's enough to, yeah. Yeah, it's not a Gen Z though. It's not the Gen Z in India. This is millennials as well in India. This is boomers. I'm telling you, progressively, they have destroyed the will of the people to go out and protest progressively. It is only when something extremely heinous happens that they come out for a protest. The AQI protests against air pollution. Now, Elaine, I know like you live in America. Your worst AQI goes up till 100. The minimum AQI in Delhi is 200. The decent AQI that is supposed to be there is 50. And the protests were one day. And everyone was like, fine, kuch nahi ho raha, we are going to move away. No more protests under AQI anymore. It's not like it's like they're not even breathing the same air anymore. Yeah, it was 1,000 plus in Delhi, and like the response, Indian government is going to change how they calculate the AQI at the beginning of this. Like they're just going to change how they calculate the AQI. Congratulations. And like for people who do not care about any of this, a techie died. Your age group, 30 something, techie fucking died. Why? Children in Delhi are not developing correctly. They can't be. They are not developing correctly since the 90s. Like Indian pot belly is not natural. Like it is not. It is said like, oh, it's natural. It is not natural. It is developing because of a lot fucking reasons. Like everyone is having bronchial issues in Delhi right now. They're like, they'll just tell you like, oh, like did you see the scene in the Grave of Flies when okay, there's like if you have watched Grave of Fireflies, there is a scene where the boy takes the sister to the doctor and he says like she just needs good food and water. Oh, you sent a video. Okay. So so he just says like, oh, she needs food, and he just goes out. We're like, what fucking food? We are in a like Second World War. Yeah, but this is like, they don't even care if they don't have enough air to breathe. Delhi children will be radioactive by the time it gets resolved. Yeah, probably. There's uranium in the water. I'm not even joking. It is not good for them. Like Victorian conditions were better than this. Like, I am not joking, guys. Like, Victorian London conditions were much better. At least the serfs got a regular feed of bread and like wine. Like serfs in India don't get even that. Like they do not. Like, hold on. What are you sending me? 900,000 rupees scam Noida's 70-year-old Yuvraj. What is this? Is this related to this? I will play, but I'm not sure if this is related. Accident related. Okay. Okay. We'll cover this in a second. So, like, again, as I was saying, if you are a 30-something-year-old, this happened to a guy, and this is not even like a problem that is not known. This problem is very well fucking known. This problem happened because they changed, like literally, like there was a mall that was to be built. They gave up on building the wall. They did not fill in the goddamn holes that they made for the basement. This is why this happened. It filled with water because they were like, fuck regulation. We are not going to do anything. Moving on. There have been multiple accidents on that road. Multiple. This is not the first one. This is just the most one that reached the news cycle. And yet you are not protesting against all of this bullshit. You are not, because the ability for people to protest has gone down. Yeah, unfettered capitalism. This is exactly what this is. This is unfettered capitalism. India has unfettered capitalism. This is the problem. The Uttar Pradesh government on Monday formed a 3-member special investigation team to prevent that. Like that, you don't need a team. You already know how this happened. It is the government's fault. The 3-member team is not gonna do shit. It's going to blame every single person on the planet. It might even blame the guy who tried to save the other guy. They were just and this gets worse. This gets worse. Like initially I said the police don't get. This is a very good example. And if you have been before, I've been saying this consistently. Go back and check. The police do not give a shit because of the colonial system that the police is instituted as, where none of the people who are actually policing you are from the area. None of them. They do not work in that area. They only just work in that area. They are like a person who's invited on a contractual basis from another city. That is how they work. None of the officers are from there. None of the thanedars are from there. What? So they don't give a shit. What? Yeah, they did blame the driver in the initial case. Yeah. I know. Yeah. So what happened here was, this is a known problem and the police don't care, because the police are like, have known about this issue. Nothing was done. There were no lights. There was no barricading. There was nothing. Already there was a issue with the regulation. The regulation were fucked over initially. That is a given. The police didn't do shit either. Then the police started intimidating the witness, Moninder Jatav. For what? Because he should not be blaming the government. So he doesn't blame the government for this. It is a government issue. The one thing that happened before was, where is this? There is this guy, trucker, whose tire got stuck in a ditch. And it was not just it was a ditch made for like creating the basement and shit. So it got stuck in that ditch, and that was a straight line. And he got blamed for speeding. Thankfully, he got saved. Now he's demanding that it is a murder charge. It is a murder charge, but it's a murder charge by the government. This is systematic murder. This is systematic as in the system. This is systematic violence by definition. Unfettered capitalism. I'm going to use that more. Jesus fucking Christ. And you scream so much, and then you get like a UAP against you because you're speaking against the fucking government. This came after the victim's family accused authorities on serious administrative lapses, alleging the prompt action could have been prevented. Yeah, give it to the system to investigate systematic problems. Uttar Pradesh Yogi Adityanath takes cognizance of the Greater Noida car accident on the CM's instruction, a 3-member SIT. First of all, he's part of this issue, okay? Like, Yogi Adityanath is one of the most corrupt politicians you can find. Like, you to be fair, like, if you have all of these Indian politicians in a barrel and you're blindly picking one, there's a 100 out of 100 chance that you are going to pick a corrupt one. As considered to instate the incident, Divisional Commissioner Meerut and Chief Engineer PWD has also been part of the SIT, which will submit its report on the CM in 5 days. INI cited the CMO saying, CEO Noida and MD Noida Metro Corporations removed from the respective posts after. Okay, when you say removed, they are transferred. They are not. You can't like have a criminal investigation against these people. No, that will set a bad precedent. Police said the accident took place within minutes of the Knowledge Park police station late at night, January 16 to 17, when Yuvraj car was crashed to the edge of a drain at the section 150 crossing and plunged into water. My son was struggling to save himself. My son was crying out for help, asking people to help, but most of the crowd was just watching. Some people were making videos. That is not even the worst part. The rescue operation was there watching. The rescue operation was there watching. The Delhi police was there watching him struggle and die. Think about it. NGT takes Suomoto concern of fatal drowning. Flags environmental violation. It happens now. Not when the truck driver was also in the same position. Just because he did not die, nothing happened. This is going to keep happening. Which news station is reporting this? It's we are reporting this. We are taking this from like, we have to like, Indian news thing is like, it's the Times of India, but like you have to like bunch everything together and they give it out and give it out as such. This is like, no news person is directly going to blame the people who are to blame. They're going to blame every single other person. Yeah, state action in India is fucking useless. It is corrupt. It just revolves around who can pay them the most money. It is the definition of a capitalistic system. Like, this is Burgess at the very best of it. This is what everyone keeps warning about. Days before, a 27-year-old engineer drowned after his car plunged into deep water-filled pit in Noida Sector 150. A truck driver had narrowly escaped death at the same site, same fucking site. And funny thing, I got to know from whatever sources, because people are talking, this was even the first accident that happened there. A same thing happened last year as well. Like, it is just not reported until someone dies. And even if someone dies, sometimes they don't even report that much if the government is to blame. Because the thing is, where's this? Oh, sorry. Where's this goddamn? Hold on. Where's this? Goddamn. This guy is a fucking dickhead, okay? I'm just, because he's the father of the victim. He heard the guy, the literal guy had 90 minutes struggling. He called his father, and this guy is still like, oh, I want to meet the chief minister. Not like blame the government, but meet the chief minister. Okay, this is in Hindi, so I'm so sorry for this. I'll scream the information. Hold on, I need to increase the playback speed. Why is this? I'm not using, okay, fine, whatever. Like, again, who builds a 90 fucking degree ton? Like, people have to be fucking stupid to even sustain this. I have seen 90 degree fucking tons before. Guys, before I forget again, share the damn stream. This, like, all of this doesn't work if you don't share the damn stream and leave a like. Nothing of this works if you don't spread the message. Clip all of this fucking shit and post it wherever you can. People watching stream from outside India have no idea how bad the police is. I just mean, just yesterday that was an oil spill on the road and some 10 odd bikes crashed, and the UP government gave a statement that the road was... Yes, I know. But seriously, even if, like, yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm not even going to. Yeah, exactly. I like, it's fucking worse. The police don't give a shit. Yeah. But seriously, we have to start clipping and start posting. Like, if we are here saying yes to everything I say every 5 minutes without doing our part of sharing the damn stream and sharing the damn clips, none of this ever is going to work. None of it will ever work. No matter how much I personally scream or how much we personally scream on Discord, none of it works if you don't share the damn thing. So share the damn thing. Everyone here wants a better India. Every single person. Thank you. Share it more. Not just on Twitter. If you don't want to talk to the people around you about this, send them here. I'll talk to them. Thank you so much, Ellen. Thank you. Sometimes it does feel I am the only person who does this. There's also Arun, but he doesn't really talk about this shit. He talks about, like... Yeah, Indian news is not hard to find. Indian news has been obliterated. We just had a news recently. Hold on, where is this? You watch this. I'm just going to quickly find this. Indian news, I'll tell you this right now. Hold on, I need to find it. because I was going to talk about this. There's also one more thing with the Indian news. See if you can find it. Where's this? Oh no, shocking twist is over here. Okay. The Adani thing. Hold on. I'm so sorry. Just give me 1 fucking second because this is fucking important. Where's News Wali? Yeah. Oh, I posted it here. I posted this on the group. Okay. The reason why Indian news is so fucking hard to find is because of this. Come on, internet. Adani Group has taken full control of the news agency IANS by purchasing remaining 24% of the stake for an undisclosed sum. This makes the Adani Group the investor in each and every professional Indian news outlet. There is no one else left. Everyone is either with the government or bought off by Adani Group. Adani Group literally pays the government for all of this. You cannot be shitting me. Like, this is the situation of Indian news. There is no independent Indian news outlet anymore that is mainstream. Their only other thing is there is like Maktub Media, there is The Wire, and Police Project whenever they feel like it. There is no independent news source out there in India. We are literally the only people screaming about this. Yeah, Adani owned is not equivalent. It is India. It is owned by the government. I should do this. I'm American. They can't do shit to me. Start a news outlet. Yes, please do it. Please do it. Yeah. To be fair, they can't do shit to me for now anyway. I am currently sitting in my privileged seat, so I should be fine too, hopefully. But they can still arrest me at any point. They literally had an Canadian national murdered in Canada, and they tried to do it to an American national in America, but they failed. So you're safer. Yeah, you would be safer. Sorry too. Yeah, there is literally no news outlet that is trustable enough. We are literally the only ones that are doing it right now. To the point, there are other people talking about this, but other people always skirt around. They can hurt your friend. See, that's the fun part. That's the fun part, Elaine. I don't have any. I grew up basically an orphan. Anyone they are going to find and hurt are either not in the country or they're dead. Yeah, I mean, America does it too. It's not like every country has done that. But I'm in a very special position. I don't have anyone I love back in India. They can find. Yes, I know, but you are part of this club where you are going to jail with me. I'm taking you for granted here. Again, I'm taking her for granted. I'm pretty sure what she meant was friends and family that are unaffiliated to the Papaksh channel. You are very much affiliated. You have the jail cell next to me. Be serious. But in IRL, in person, everyone that I care about is dead. Grew up a fucking orphan, basically an orphan. And the people who I have, technically, I would rather, they can die tomorrow. I don't care. I grew up in a very abusive family. I have no attachment to, my father per se. They can go after him. Please go. He's such a big ass Sangi. He'll shoot me himself. Yeah, it's great for this. I'll tell you this. If my father ever found out that I am doing this against the government, he's such a big Sangi himself. He'll probably want the government to come shoot me. So, he used to tell me I'm not his son when I was 10. I don't care. So anyway, that is beyond the point. They can very much come up and do their shit. Anyway, where were we? Yeah. Yeah, so The twist here was the police was pressuring the goddamn witness. Noida Tech It, witness has to change statement. And this happens a lot. Like, this is a well-known fact that the police will force you to give a false statement. There have been times that because the police could not find someone to like blame an incident on, they literally go out in the poorest regions, pick a guy, beat him up until he like writes a statement that he did it. Multiple cases. The police have never been even like tried in court. Like never, there wasn't even an first information report reported against the person. People disowning the toxic relationship in my life relationships is my favorite slice of life. Yeah, I love that too. I do that myself so many times. Like that's why I don't stop giving out to people like those. What? No sound. This is not giving a sound? Jesus fucking Christ. I'm getting bad out here. We are getting close to a world where you can't criticize any government anywhere. That has been their final goal anyway. Like, that is the final goal of all of this. Like, it is not like what they are doing with Palantir, what they are doing with all of this is like, that is the same shit that is happening, right? Hold on. Is there still no sound here? Because my capture device is working fine. Hold on, let me just fix this. No, like, hold on. Fuck, why is this not working? Jesus, it's just not working. Hold on. I need to add another source then. There.
Eureka Park system.
Jeez, what is wrong with OBS? I don't understand. Australia just yeah, no, Spund, is the tab muted? No, the tab is not muted. The tab is no. So the thing is, OBS was just glitching for some reason. So the tab was not muted. The tab was still there. The audio capture was a fucking
society
issue.
In Sector 150 was working as a software engineer
Australia
with a
just
company.
proposed a law that put people in jail for 15 days. They talk against the government and his speech disapproved by. Yes, exactly. So this has been a thing that the governments are planning to do. You can, like, if you ever want to have like a international conspiracy, like it is like how they call like the shadow or puppet government, right? All of the Illuminati shit. That is literally the billionaires doing all of this. They have been doing it all of this for like every single fucking decade. Like every time there is something they want to have this news. The only thing is because of how propaganda spreads, is because how information spreads. If there are not enough people who talk against it, people are never going to go out and protest. Earlier it was pamphlets. Then it was like TV news articles, phone messages. That's why they like try and control every single aspect of, like, now it is YouTube. There's a reason why YouTube is so much control. There's a reason why TikTok got sold to the Allisons. There's a reason why Instagram was taken over by Facebook, why Twitter was taken over by Elon Musk. People think it's because of a meme. It is not really just because of a meme. There is much more issues. There are a lot of layers to this. Like, Elon Musk is stupid, his team isn't. Yeah, I haven't heard that news. Someone get jailed yesterday for butt dialing under anti-Semitism law. I have not known. Like, anti-Semitism, Jesus, those laws are fucking stupid. Like, India, I would still say is the worst, because at least they have a law that put you in jail. In like, here they don't even have a law, they just put you in jail. What we were just talking about yesterday about Kashmir, like they are harassing journalists and making them write affidavits that they are not going to do their job. That's literally what they are writing now.
In Gurugram and was returning home from work.
Police pressuring witness to change statement happens multiple times. It's because they want to turn countries into companies and merge the state with companies. Literally definition of fascism. That's not being hyperbolic. Yes, exactly. Americans are often hyperbolic. That's not what's happening. This is just what it is. Fucking exactly. This is just what it is. This is what is happening right now. People don't realize this. People don't realize this. They don't want to believe this, but it is happening right now. And whenever you say shit like this, you're always being like, oh, you are just being hyperbolic. Oh, you are just being this. Oh, that is not the case. This is just true.
Every agent who was present at the incident spot claimed that he was summoned to the Knowledge Park police station and was given a script and was made to record another video.
Again, made to record another video, given a script is not new. They have put people in jail by beating them, literally beating them, to beating them into giving false statements.
He said, I was made to sit in a park near police station for more than 4 hours. A report by HT claimed.
Bonzi, you're a bit back. Come back forward, please.
He also alleged that police officer reprimanded him from speaking to reporters and also tried to pressure him to change his statement.
Freedom of speech should be your basic law. Like even in India, where the First Amendment isn't present, but it is still a basic law. Like the government has itself said it multiple times, but this shit happens because there is nothing stopping the police from doing it. The best they'll have is they'll get transferred to another police station. They will not lose their jobs. Even if they're transferred, they were already transferred here. It's not a big issue for them. They are not from the state or the city that they are technically representing. They will do their absolute best not to work, not to write a report.
He also said that he was asked to stay away from the media for 5 to 10 days. A report by HT quoted him saying that I was told to give statements in favor of the police, saying that personnel were inside the water and did all.
But they weren't. The truth is that they weren't. The personnel were not in the water. They were not trying to find. They were waiting on the outskirts. Even the people supposed to go in the water and help the person were waiting outside. He was the only guy. He was literally the only person who entered the water to find him. There are so many holes in this story, but people are not going to care unless we talk about it. That's why we talk about it.
Possible efforts to save Yuvraj Mehta. They dictated what I should speak and record a video. I got scared and said whatever they asked me to say. But now I have decided that I was the only one who saw what happened that day and I will stand by my ground. My family and local...
I mean, good for him. He's really standing by his ground. Even after the police threatened him saying that, and I quote, don't live here for a few days because you have to live here forever and we are also here. They literally threatened him that he will be punished after this whole incident happens if he gives a statement. They said the media will go away, but you have to live here forever. In Hindi, that literally means that you are here, you are going to be living here. We can make your life a living hell. I don't understand why police support this. It is just a paycheck to them, so they can fathom they might change their minds and the government becomes a government they disagree with. Don't they know they'll be punished too? No. See, in India, this is a colonial system. The police itself are a colonial system. There is 2 tiers to the government. One is direct admission and the top is officer admission. Officer admission happens through a separate exam. This was the British system for India to keep the population in check. They get people from other places. We are talking about Noida here. Noida is a city. In Noida, the police commissioner is going to be from someone from Tamil Nadu, which is as far away from Noida as Massachusetts is as far away from, say, Florida. or like California is as far away from Florida. That is the amount of distance that these people have. Most of them don't even speak the language where they are placed in. So officers become completely out of the question, taking care of the people. And the worst that can happen to them is that they get transferred from Noida to, say, Tiruvananthapuram, which is south of India, or like northeast. That is the worst that can happen. Their job is guaranteed. The second is the direct bhartis. The direct bhartis are the same thing. They are taken in from other places. They couldn't give a shit about the people itself. They are promised that they will get more money, they will get promotions if they listen and are obedient to their officers, not obedient to the public. And they can be easily fired, they can be let go, like not just let go, they can be put in jail for disobedience. They are in complete control. And the officers don't care. And officers are like, oh, if I want to be promoted, I have to listen to the politician who's in charge. So he's going to listen to the one at the top. And because they can't be fired, and like every single politician, every single government that has come, be it Congress, be it BJP, be it like, what was the other government with the... I don't even fucking know. Like AMI can come in, or like Samajwadi can come in, whoever can come in. They do not care. Like this is good for them. They can control the people more. Like next government is going to think, oh, like this is just an easy way to control people. Because Indian governments aren't ideologically driven. For all the shit we give to the Democrats, at least some of them, I mean like the DSA and whatever, are ideologically driven. Even the Republicans, to a certain extent, even though it is a fascist ideology, are ideologically driven. In India, any government is not ideologically driven. They're driven by the fact that their power needs to be sustained. They need to be in power. That is the only ideology there is, and they do whatever it can to stay in power. They will be a capitalist, the worst capitalist if they get to be in power. They'll be the best communist if they want to stay in power. They have no ideologically basis for being there. They just do not give a shit. The class difference you think is bad in America, the class difference is the class conscious is non-existent. Like, I am not even joking. This happened in Maharashtra. It's a state in India. Ajit Pawar became the deputy chief minister of the state. Imagine the deputy chief minister of like what, Tim Walz, whoever it is, or like imagine Tim Walz. Like in India, it's not really much of a difference. So he went for a rally to get votes, because in India, even all chief ministers all have to be representative of a certain region, like, and then they are chosen. Same like in America, like you have to like. Jeffries, I forgot his first name, has to like Chioka versus Jeffries that was there, and like the whole thing. I'm referring that. Like he has to still get votes, and if he wants to remain as the office speaker, Democratic speaker or whatever, he still has to get the votes. Same in here. They went up to him after the elections. The people he was supposed to be, Hakeem Jeffries. So they went up to Ajit Pawar, and they were like, we are having issues and this is your job. His response was, I am not beholden to helping you. These are the guys that voted for him. The reason why he's not beholden to helping them is because the people are supposed to vote for the party. They are not supposed to vote for the person in India. And that is something that has been prevalent in India. And that is something at least this pod keeps trying to tell people against. I have had literal fights so many times with so many people. I can't even begin how much shit these people's thinking is, that they keep voting for the fucking party when their direct representatives just do not give a shit about them. Like, tomorrow, if you want, like, if the government wants to burn down the city, the representative for the city is going to be the one that lights the match because his party said so, because he doesn't care about the people. because the people are not going to vote him in power. The party is going to give him the seat. There is no direct representation in India, especially because of the anti-defection law. I will explain that later. It is way too much to explain right now and like too tangential. And how MLAs are selected, which is, MLAs are basically the candidates that are selected. And the people who are like selected or whatever, they do not even have to be from the city. Same thing, like literally the same thing of the police, right? The people who are supposed to represent the public in a given city don't have to be from the city. Yeah, it's really hard to vote for because they're mostly criminals. Yes, they're mostly criminals because, see, if you have a candidate from your city, you're going to make sure he's not a criminal. If you have a candidate that is given to you and you are just supposed to vote for a party, they are going to choose a candidate that is more influential in politics, which mostly is a person who's a criminal because he has killed all of his killed all of his opponents. That is the easiest way out. That is a very utilitarian way out. That's why India needs an ideological movement. India needs people to talk about ideologies and move forward with it. It's like ICE. Yeah, it is exactly like ICE. It is exactly like ICE, but on a national level. I mean, ICE is national level. But this happened way before, and this is more included within Indian politics. And ICE, you can consider the police officers in India as basically ICE. They're basically ICE. They have full reign to murder, kill, execute whoever they want. They can put you in jail. They can get false statements. They have killed people like in fucking daylight. And they do not help people. And in India, this has been so normalized by the previous and this government. And this is a general governmental issue because they get support from these people later on. When they win, that is what the Congress in India is thinking. Like when we win, like in how many ever years, whenever like Modi fails, we will use all of this shit that Modi is doing to keep our own power. That is what they are thinking. That is why they are not doing anything. Why opposition in India is so fucking shit. Like they want to use this. It's like American foreign policy, basically. American foreign policy is uniparty. This is like Indian oppressive policy is also uniparty. It's bad because it's like closeted things we have is closest thing we have is ICE, and it seems like it's not even half that bad. Exactly. ICE is not that bad. As if you compare it to how Indian political culture is. Like if you see me replying to Hassan at any point, like he had a tweet and I'm just like with the guy on the news, like who was this guy? It's like first time, like India has normalized this since 1990s, even before I was born. And this is why it is so hard to fight against. Like this pod is more, again, I talk about India very much precise. Like I talk about India, full stop. I talk about the world when there is in relation to India. Because even though I am not, like I would say I am far more knowledgeable with international politics than I am with internal Indian politics, I do not talk about that because it is not relevant, because India is literally nowhere internationally. The issue here is that even if this is like a very specific Indian politics thing, because I am left wing, because it's a left wing, and I did that experiment where I put 2 reels, me shitting on the opposition versus me shitting on the government. Guess which one went more viral? Because even YouTube, even Twitch, like I'm not Twitch, I would say, like, but even YouTube, X or Twitter or Instagram will deboost these streams because they don't want people, because it is so under tightly control, and it has been for a very long time. And the only reason the opposition doesn't say anything against it is because they will use it the moment they come in power. That's why I keep saying, like, spread the damn message. It's not going to happen organically. I'm sorry, this is not going to happen organically. You need to pull your fucking weight, especially if you're Indian and living in this oppressive regime. You need to pull your fucking weight. And like, I can keep going on and on about this. Let's just focus on this for 5 seconds.
Locals are with me, he said. Maninder had earlier alleged that rescue personnel were refusing to enter the water because of cold and dense fog and presence of iron rods at the construction site. The eyewitnesses had also claimed that the fire brigade team could have saved the techie, but no one went inside the water to save him. Maninder himself jumped into the water-filled pit to rescue the techie. He earlier said that he took off his clothes, wore a safety jacket, tied a rope around his waist and went into the water to save Yuvraj Mehta. Police, however, rejected the charge and said that the officials and fire department teams made efforts to save Yuvraj.
They made efforts by standing idly by. Let me just be clear. They made efforts by standing idly by.
Mehta. Additional Commissioner of Police Rajiv Narayan Mishra said they deployed a crane, ladder, makeshift boat and searchlights, but visibility was near zero due to fog. Mehta's body was recovered after over a 5-hour search operation. On Monday, the UP government had removed the Noida Authority CEO Lokesh M, a 2005 batch IAS officer, and also ordered the constitution of a SIT probe to the death. Earlier, a junior engineer was sacked and show cause notice was issued against officials responsible for overseeing road and traffic related work in Noida Sector 150.
Those were the two fucking news. Let's just go to the other thing that actually this is what Bliss sent. Again, thank you so much, Bliss. Without you, this whole thing will never happen. Like a special thanks. Streambo, fuck off. Like without you, this pod is never happening.
9,000 करोड़ का स्कैम छुपा है। कहानी ध्यान से सुनना। तो हुआ क्या कि 2008
Ellen, that's one reason I'm a bit scared of supporting socialism all the way, but I fear Papaksh will convince me one of these days. I will. See, whatever you think about socialism is happening under capitalism and libertarianism for you. There is no, like, whatever you think the boogeyman is here is happening to you right now. Like, my friend, you are a worker. I am talking about worker rights. Do you not want rights? You are talking about removing your rights. You see the difference here? Yeah, no, he's afraid of being a like all of this. We had this conversation before. He's officially a libertarianist. Libertarianism. Sorry, I can't. Liberal. He's a liberal. Libertarian. I can't say that fucking word. You know, I'm gonna make a compilation of this, like Papaksh Kor dish. Can't say the fucking word every 5 minutes. Forgot this word every 5 minutes.
नोएडा में स्पोर्ट्स सिटी
Libertarian socialism is no such a thing. I would get back at you on this. Like, there is, I don't believe there is such a thing as libertarian socialism. Like what? Governmental control, but it's free markets. Like, it's a planned market at the end of the day anyway. How does that work? Like, I'm seriously asking.
स्कीम लॉन्च की गई जिसके तहत बड़े बड़े स्पोर्ट्स फैसिलिटीज जिसमें स्टेडियम, गोल्फ कोर्स वगैरह बनने थे। अब इस स्कीम के तहत 70% जमीन में
I've been hearing this term, but it doesn't. I don't think it does. It's like saying I'm gonna make a coffee, make a chai or tea, Indian tea out of coffee beans.
ये स्पोर्ट्स फैसिलिटी बनने थे और बाकी बचे 30% में फ्लैट्स, विलास, दुकानें वगैरह। अब लेकिन जब 2008 में स्कीम लॉन्च की गई तो किसी भी बिल्डर ने कोई इंटरेस्ट नहीं दिखाया और ये देखते हुए अथॉरिटीज ने रूल्स रिलैक्स करने शुरू किए और कैसी भी कंपनीज को जमीन अलॉट करने लग गए। इन्हीं में से एक कंपनी थी लोटस ग्रीन कंस्ट्रक्शन प्राइवेट लिमिटेड। इस कंपनी को नोएडा के सेक्टर 150 में 329 एकड़ जमीन दी गई, वो भी मार्केट वैल्यू से बहुत कम में। लेकिन जैसा कि मैंने पहले बताया, इस जमीन पर उस कंपनी को पहले 70% एरिया में स्पोर्ट्स फैसिलिटी बनाना था और उसके बाद ही वो 30% एरिया में फ्लैट्स वगैरह बना सकती थी। लेकिन यहाँ कर दिया कंपनी ने बहुत बड़ा खेल। उसने खुद बहुत सारी कंपनीज बनाई और इस 329 एकड़।
So libertarian socialism, I just opened this up quickly. It's basically like like socialism with property rights. I mean, sure. See, as long as you are with worker rights, I don't really care what you believe in. Like, this umbrella is big. Like, the only one of the major issues with the left versus the right is the right umbrella is very big. They don't mince words when they say like, oh, we are going to kill this and this people. If you don't want to kill this and this, fine, it's fine, okay. In the left, we mince words like, oh, you're not a. Yeah, see, okay, as long as you're a supporter of worker rights, you're on the left. I don't care. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, you can't be left if you're not this left. Like, I'm not going to be that kind of a person. Like, the umbrella needs to be extremely big within the left if we ever want to beat the right to this. The baseline is worker rights, as long as worker and human rights, not just worker rights. Like, those for surprisingly, they're different. Yeah, you're in the fold, don't worry.
के प्लॉट को 24 छोटे छोटे प्लॉट्स में डिवाइड कर दिया और इन कंपनीज को ट्रांसफर कर दिया। क्यों? ताकि कोई हिसाब ही ना लगा पाए।
So this is basically for who doesn't speak Hindi, and I'm sorry, I don't really want to translate it. So what they basically did was, this is capitalism in motion. They wanted to sell off the land little by little.
और स्पोर्ट्स फैसिलिटी के नाम पर सिर्फ पोस्टर छपवाए और
So they are just like making posters for all the development that is going to happen. It is worse than just like not doing the work. This is because they are just lying to you by like, oh, nahi, humne like we are not going to do, like they're like, oh, we are doing the work where no work is happening in the middle of a city.
उसके नाम पर अल्ट्रा लग्जरी फ्लैट्स बनवा दिए और लोगों को गोल्फ कोर्स के व्यू का सपना दिखाकर फ्लैट्स बेच भी दिए।
So they literally sold the flats that weren't there,
अब वो
and this
प्लॉट्स
was
जो
like
लोटस
government
ग्रीन ने ट्रांसफर
sanctioned.
किया, नानस प्राइवेट लिमिटेड नाम की कंपनी को ट्रांसफर किया था एक मॉल बनाने के लिए और उस कंपनी ने मॉल बनाना शुरू कर दिया और ये सब गड़बड़ घोटाला।
They started building a mall without much permissions. They without like selling. So they sold the land saying this is going to be a housing society. They sold the flats and then they started building a mall on top of it. Congratulations.
चल ही रहा था कि 2021 में सीएजी की रिपोर्ट आ गई और सारा भांडा फूट गया। सीएजी ने बताया कि ये पूरा प्रोजेक्ट डिजाइन्ड टू फेल था, यानी सबको पता था कि प्रोजेक्ट फेल होगा। और गेस करो सरकार को कितना नुकसान हुआ? पूरे 9,000 करोड़।
I don't believe this because like the government had like a loss of 900 CR, which is like what 90 million. 90 billion. But the thing is 90 billion rupees. But the thing is all of the pockets were already lined of the people on the board. So technically the BJP government was not affected. The Indian government was. Which is surprising to say that as a
और ये
difference, but
रिपोर्ट के
there is.
बाद मामला लफड़े में पड़ गया और काम बंद हो गया। अब काम फिर से शुरू करवाने के लिए लोटस ग्रीन कंपनी कोर्ट चली गई। कोर्ट ने सीबीआई इंक्वायरी बैठा दी, लेकिन कंपनी सुप्रीम कोर्ट चली गई और इस सब में वो प्लॉट SC02A3 जिसमें बस मॉल का नोएडा अथॉरिटी को पता थी वो टर्निंग कितना डेंजरस है, ये बात भी पता थी। उसमें पहले
Yeah, like this has happened before. And then people are like, okay, we are going to give excuses for why did we not give the summons to Adani. This is like Adani gets protected by the government, but like normal people do not. Just goes to show like classism in India is extremely high. Like we have a caste, like, okay, think about it. We have a caste problem. We have a sexism problem. We have a class problem. We have a problem with fucking the color of your skin. Not even like a race in a racism way. It's just because people who are fairer are more preferred. We have a sexism problem where I shit you not. I'm going to find the news again for you to watch because fuck this shit. But there is a problem currently happening in UK with Indian people, specifically Indian people, because in the UK you get to know the sex of the child before it is born, because again it was initially not a problem in in UK. But now what Indian people are doing is whenever they have a girl child, they are aborting. to say that we want only males. Like, what the actual fuck is that? Like, Jesus fucking Christ. These are guys supposed to be educated, guys. They're supposed to be educated. What the fuck is wrong with Indians? I don't understand. The vilest motherfuckers out there. Again, Jesus, I should not be cursing so much. I've been told multiple times. And what are people worried about? India is not India without hierarchy at every step of the way. It can be. It can be. That is the hope I have for this country, that it can be. Hold on. Indian support. Child in UK. Hold on, I need to find the news. Where's the news? Oh, yeah. Baby girls aborted and the record numbers in Indian UK communities. Congratulations, because this worked out in India, worked out in China. What worked out? Oh, by the way, in UK, I think I read somewhere that Indians are, like, this is the thing. About a 90% girl child, I'll get. Yeah, see, it is on the screen. Yeah, what worked out in China? Worker rights or what? Like, I don't understand. Sorry, sorry, I got to that a bit late. Like, I think the chat is a bit back. So, baby girls aborted in record numbers in UK, Indian communities. No, it didn't. Oh, you are being sarcastic. Okay. It did not work out in China. This is a age-old Indian problem. In India, killing the girl child is an extremely big problem. That's why in India, you cannot know the sex of the baby before the baby is born by law, for a reason. Because infant femicide is a very high number. It is done by the people of the family. There have been multiple instances where traditional families, if a girl child is born, the child is taken by the grandmother, not even like grandfather or grandmother, and killed. And then the child gets introduced back into the family as, oh, it was a death. This happens because they think that a male child is preferred for the property rights. So the property remains in the family. This is what happens in India. This is a humongous problem. And that is what they are doing now in the UK, now in the US, and everywhere there you get to know the sex of the baby before they are born. This is not a new problem. The problem is being exported to other countries because there they do not think that this will be a problem with fucking Indian communities. But it is. Indians as a whole, if you are an Indian, maybe you're married to a white person, maybe you're married to someone else. If you are outside of India, you should be liable to not given the sex of the baby while the person is being born, like the child is being born. Seriously, we are absolutely wild people. Yeah, Ambedkar called a lot of things. You can point to literally anything that we have spoken about and be like, Ambedkar called this out. He was fucking smart. A record imbalance in the number of boys and girls born to Indian parents in the UK has risen renewed concerns about sex-selective abortions following analysis of official birth records. Figures compiled by the Office for National Statistics (ONS) show that between 2021 and 2025, about 118 boys were born to Indian mothers for every 100 girls, significantly higher than the national average of 105 per 100 girls. When Indian immigrants immigrate, India's problems, yeah, this is what is happening. I see people crying when a female child is born. Bonzi, yeah, no, this happens a lot. This happens a lot. In India, women are hated. Like, this is a very Indian problem. I'm not like, China did this because of whatever reason, but China did not do this over like just because transfer of property issues. China is also misogynistic, mind you. It is. It was, but they also did it for like the one child policy. It was a governmental. This is a religious structural issue within the Indian communities. That is why it gets transported. Or if it wasn't, it would have been it wouldn't have been transported to the fucking UK. In UK, it is still like I understand they're trying to make it like a white nationalist, religious, fascist state as well. But in UK, at least for now, male and female children are equal. I am not saying what happens in the society with safety concerns with security. That aside, legally speaking, they are equal. This should not happen, but it does. Figures were highlighted investigation by Mail on Sunday, which reported that hundreds of pregnancies may have been terminated on the basis of sex. It were terminated by the basis of sex. As an Indian, you can just take my word for it. This has happened so many times. If you do it 1,000 times and 1,001st time, I'm telling you that this is not because of this, I'm the stupid one. Like every single year, this still happens in India, by the way. There are secret scans that are done if you know enough people to check if the child needs to be aborted or not. Not like they are doing abortions on like children with Down syndrome, and I don't really have an opinion on that right now. But like India is next level. India is just doing it based on sex. Like I don't understand what they are going to do. Like if this was allowed to go on, especially in Indian communities, where the fuck are they going to make more people from? How? Like this is going to end up like a Rick and Morty episode where like there are only dudes on the planet and the women are like separated. Experts examining the data note that the imbalance is most pronounced in third births. While first and second child born to Indian mothers follow the national average, third child rose 114 boys to 100 girls. It jumped to 118 boys per 100 girls. Rani Bhikhu, founder of the domestic abuse charity Gina International, said that figures point to cultural and familial pressure. So I'll tell you the familial pressure. My own grandfather had 7 children. 7, not because they want children, is because all the 7 were women. Because they kept wanting a male child. They never had one at the end of the day and they just stopped trying because age. But they had 7 children because of that reason. They were in poverty. And yet, like maternal grandparents. Here, what is happening is, and I can tell you this as an Indian, they try for the first 2. If it's a male child, if it is good, no more trying. Then if it's 2 females, then third child, how can the woman produce another female? So they just kill it because they're looking for a male birth. That is what is happening. And I understand like the UK is going to go through all of the standard procedures of examining this. Just ask a fucking Indian about this. They'll tell you this is literally. She warned that women may be coerced into aborting female pregnancies by husbands or extended family, or may internalize beliefs that sons are more valuable. Yeah, it is mostly internalized beliefs. Like I've heard people like saying like, I want a male child. I don't want a female child. Like this is me doing the Indian American or Indian like European accent because I've heard it from women here. Like they are so focused on having males for some reason. It's like झक मार के करा ही क्या है लड़का बन के वैसे भी तो who gives a shit. Don't forget, some women are also led to abort girls because they have been brought up to believe boys are better than girls, and boys carry the family's name. Like patriarchy in India is toxic to both sexes, but it is way worse on the women that you can even imagine as someone from like the Western world, even the Eastern world. Even in the Eastern world, like women have better rights than in India. If I had a wish, I would literally like take out all of the Indian women and put them somewhere else in the world. Like Indian guys can go die in a ditch if all I care about. I feel boys in Indian communities have a prince syndrome. Yes, they do. Just meet an Indian guy. Literally, just meet any Indian guy. Every single one has a prince syndrome. Like, I do believe, like, because I did not really have parents growing up and my mother passed away at the age of 6, I was saved from having a prince syndrome. But most of my friends definitely do. Like 100% guaranteed. Line on stone. Like, I can just pick and choose people who have a prince syndrome and I can just like call them right now. Like, I still have their numbers. They have the same number. They are still living in their own mother's house. They still live with their parents at the age of 28, 29. Society just gets into so much tension. If families have no male child, it's irritating. What? Society gets into so much tension. If family has no male child, it's irritating, man. Are you pro this or against this? I don't understand anymore. Bonzit, because you're saying shit that's pro. Maybe it's just an issue with English. Boils my blood to see how little regard a society has for the existence of women. One pregnancy is bad enough. They make them have babies till their fucking son is born. And there is so much internalized sexism in India. Yeah, speak about it. That's why we speak about it. That's why we have to teach people. That's why we did like 3 fucking lives against this. India sounds like one step from... No. Elaine, Middle East is so much better than India. Like, India has this weird ass image, like, brought up by lobbies that India is such a progressive fucking country. Women are safer in Iran. In Tehran, they are safer than in Delhi. This is not even a joke. This is being very serious. Seriously being serious. The biggest issue in Tehran or even Iraq, for the women there, like the biggest murderer is probably Israel. In India, it is their brothers, fathers, and guys in their lives. There are threats like literal dogs are being raped. I am not joking. Literal dogs. 2-month-old dog was sexually violated in India. 6-year-old babies, literal babies. Every fucking week, you get at least 7 different news articles over this. 7 every week. 1 per day. Sometimes more than that. This is just, I'm saying, this is a lowballing the fucking average. That is absolute bullshit and no one talks about it. There is a few people I can count on my hand who have ever fucking talked about it. Even progressive YouTubers that have a good following don't talk about this issue. They do not touch this issue. I don't know why. Blows my fucking mind. Yeah, okay. First of all, Gaurav, you need to be more understanding of Twitch policies before you use certain words. I allowed this right now, but you can cause this whole stream to die. Monitor lizard, turtle, dogs, cats, cows, goats, whatever they can get their hands on. Whatever they can get their hands on. Like, I'm not talking about American. I'm not talking about European. I'm talking about Indian. The reason why I'm talking about Indian is this is not a problem that Hassan Piker should bring up. This is a problem that Indians like me. Like, I am Indian. We should be the ones bringing up. They don't care. I am not going to depend on American YouTubers to talk about India's problems. These are not Indian people. They do not need to show affiliation to the Indian struggle for sustenance. Again, Hassan Piker is American. Even if he's called like so many things, he's still American. He will talk about American shit. We are Indians, we'll talk about Indian shit. But in India, no progressive YouTuber I have ever seen talking about this. At least with the consistency that it requires. They maybe do 1 video per year. There is no one talking about this. I cannot tell you how much it boils my fucking blood. Like, the only person consistently talking about this is protagonist on Twitter. You know how much of the population of India is on Twitter? Not a lot. I am just saying that society says that God has cursed the family by not giving them male child. Yes, yeah, I know. I understood that. I was just saying, just make sure, because this is a stream. We don't have a lot of people. Your message is not going to be drowned in the comments at this for now. So be clear on what you're saying. Later on, again, I get threatened on Twitter nearly every day. If people find this, they find your whatever, it gets. What about Border 2? I hear people are going crazy on. Okay. What about what's Border 2? Crazy on theater. Yeah, use the word grape, Gaurav. Twitch is Twitch. Yeah, it's a fucking movie. I don't give a shit. We're talking about like grape and shit in India right now. We were talking about like the death of people. Border 2 is a propaganda fucking movie. Like, has there been a fucking movie that's not propaganda these days? Come on, man. Like, Border 2 can go. I don't know. I'll be more careful from. Thank you very much. I have to be more careful from myself, to be honest with you. I say, like, our stream like was killed by YouTube. Like, last stream, we were talking about grape the whole time. It was killed. It just stopped in the middle. Twitch was the only thing that was running it till the end. Like, also, if you're new here, do like the stream and share the stream, please. Like, any of this does not work if you don't share the stream. You have to like the stream. That is not optional, mostly because we are not talking out of our asses. We are talking about getting life better for Indians. So do share the stream. Also, Akash Singh, me too. Okay. Border 2, we can talk about Border 2 next stream. Because I don't know shit about Border stream. I just googled it right now on the side. It's apparently like, just looks like a propaganda film, my friend. Like, this looks propaganda. Like, the first comment on the review is what were they thinking? Complete load of bullshit. Looks like makers were under a really tight schedule. We know while watching their other films that their cast was stellar, but what? That is literally the first comment here. I don't know why people are going crazy. It is a propaganda film. Young Indian fighters are prepared to protect homeland for the greater threat during 1971. Yeah, dude, they should be doing a movie on OP Sindoor where they show the actual shit that went on and the national insult that happened right after. Yeah, no, the first border movie was on Pakistan. This is also on Pakistan. This is a propaganda movie. What Akash mentioned here is a propaganda movie. It is to make you feel like the Indian government is doing something in 1971 and feel better about the government now. This is what they do in India. Like, Dhurandhar happened. Dhurandhar literally was like sucking off the current prime minister. Like, back then he was I don't even know, like, he was born, but he wasn't even in politics back then. But they were still sucking him off in the movie. And like saying that the officer that was supposed to be depicted, he's a real person, committed treason against the government because he did not believe this government would do anything. The Congress government. It was just like pandering to the government. This is going to be the same movie anyway. Like, earlier films used to talk about like equality between people, like, don't hate people just because of their religion. Like, if we are targeting Pakistan, which is a religiously Islamic state, the people aren't bad, Muslims aren't bad, Indian Muslims are like better than just they're Indians as first. They might be Muslim, but they're Indians. So this is what they're going to say. Like, it was also fucking racist, but that is, at least unity was the point. These movies are like, no, we are like, everything the Indian government is doing right now against Muslims and minorities is fucking good. You should be following the Indian government, especially if you're a UC Indian. That is what it is. How does an America know it's propaganda? Hold on, where's this? How does an America know it's a propaganda movie and you don't? Lol. Papaksh probably gonna laugh at it. yeah, I am laughing at it. Is the chat back? I just explained. Okay. Yeah, obviously I'm going to laugh at it. This is fucking stupid. Like, India has so many propaganda films. Like, nearly 90% of films coming out are propaganda, and the 10% that are not propaganda get banned. Homebound, which is India's option to send to the Oscars, is not seen in Indian theaters because it got banned. Because it shows what is the reality of caste-based discrimination in India. That is the level of propaganda that we are talking about here. That is the level of control over the media the government has, and why this is one, like, YouTube. Even they even wanted to control YouTube, by the way. This is one of the only outlets that we can come up and speak against the fucking government and like the propaganda that they do. And even they wanted to change that law. There was a bill known as a broadcast bill. This happened like 6-7 months ago. The bill literally would have me calling the government, asking them if my commentary is okay for them or not. If I don't do that, I get jailed. Not just jail, they'll come into this house and remove my camera and my phone and my everything and take it with them. That is the bill that they wanted to pass. This happened, what, 2 years ago? Something. We covered this again, like earlier stream. Like, that is the level of control that they want to have on Indians. This is China fucking shit. Like, this is North Korea shit. Yeah, that I heard Border was about counterfeit Dhurandhar or Border. 21 is also a war film which is basically anti-war, which shows war is in a bad light and was a flop, while Dhurandhar, which is jingoism, more gore, toxic masculinity, was it. Yeah, exactly. See, it also goes how much... See, 21, I didn't even realize it came. Like, a lot for a movie to be popular in any country. Like, this is not just about like, oh, India is a regressive country, that's why. No. To be popular as a movie, you need the budget for telling people that a movie is there. Dhurandhar had that budget. It had backing from the government. 21 did not. That's the difference. Homebound was the official entry of Oscar winners. Yeah, tell me which... it was banned in theaters, my friend. It was banned in theaters. Like, Homebound had such a big controversy around it. Did you forget? Like, they are... Like, tell me one person who has watched Homebound in theaters. Do you know how many cuts that they wanted to make to that movie to sanitize it? Where were you where there was this whole entire controversy, or did you not just hear about it whatsoever? Anyway, we are back to talking to movies for some reason. I don't like these movies. There's a debate over what, like, Border 2 song. Like, at this point, like, all of the Indian movies at this point, especially when it comes to war, they only talk about like a bunch of few wars that happened in the Indian. They never talk about like, oh, what is the current situation of the Indian border politics right now? Because everything is a fucking joke, especially with Jaishankar at the helm of it. Like, imagine this. You are Jaishankar. You are someone who has been the external minister to America for the past like 20 or so years. You had your connections with the American government. And yet, in the year 2025, you had to use exorbitant amount of money to lobby the government to give you a meeting. Just meeting with the sitting, with Pam Bondi. or like someone from the government of Trump. What happened to the 20 years of relationship building that you did? Because it went to crap. It went to crap because of the current governmental policies. People don't want to talk about this. This happened. You can go read about this. Like, this is available to read about how much money they spent on just lobbying the government, which is supposed to be a friendly nation. Which you had to go through Poland to tell the American government that we are reducing the amount of oil we are buying from Russia. Why couldn't you just call the government? Like, do you not have phones? I have a phone. Like, look, I have a phone here. Do you not have a phone? Can't you just call the Ministry of External Affairs in America? They did such a good job of censoring stuff in India. I don't even hear about the controversies of them censor. Yes, exactly. It's a very good job of self-censoring that they do over this. Like, whatever news you get in America about India is literally 100% false. Because the news I get in Europe about India is 100% false, and I have to dig, like, every single time I have to do one of this live, I dedicate at least 2 or 3 hours to researching this. Because every news is fucking false. I have to come to the opinions that I do after researching multiple outlets and trying to find the best source of information that I can actually reliably say. This is why I keep saying this show is never happening without Bliss. She helps so much in the background as well on Discord. We have an entire community about this. Yeah, everything is pure propaganda. Everything is all lobbied. Yeah, but in India, it's not lobbied. They don't have to pay for it. Everyone just gets on their knees sucking that dick anyway. Like, they are just doing it out of fun stuff. They don't even do it for money. Like, Republic TV, the biggest propaganda institution for the government of India, literally is in loss every single year. There is no TRP. And yet he does... Yes, I know. But the Republic TV is in loss anyway, at least on paper. Don't ruin my jokes. I swear. I'm joking. But like, yeah, they don't even get anything out of it. They're just doing it for the fuck of it because maybe they just hate people. Maybe just they hate Muslims. That's why they're doing it. There's no reason other than that. Yeah, don't ruin my jokes with... Most of the stuff I've learned about India is from here or my friends in India. I'm afraid of them getting hurt for telling. Yeah, true. There's a good chance, like, see, they wanted to make every person who even writes a tweet known as a broadcaster. And if you write a tweet against the government, you're supposed... They jailed... They did an FIR, first information report, against, I am not shitting you, a 14-year-old for making a video. Not even kidding. Because he made a video on YouTube. They will probably get hurt for speaking out too much. Like, telling you is different, like, personally, because again, it is not monitored yet. They tried to do it with the Sanchar Sati app. They tried to monitor personal messages, but it has not been done yet. It will be done eventually. Also, just for that, can you ask your friends to go watch this stream? Thank you very much. We really need the support. Anyway, this is going on. Not official yet? What's not official yet? I think the chat is so little bit back, so half the time I don't even understand what you're texting. Yeah, I know you're trying to sell that title. Fine. I'm sure Ghar Ghar Pegasus Yojana is already launched unofficially. It has. See, even if the Pegasus thing did not work out for the government, or the Sanchar Sati app did not work out on work out on paper, like on paper. But I said this even then. See, the thing came in, the Sanchar Sathi app came in, the whole thing came in. It was not, they did not think that they are not going to have an opposition to this. They did think of all of this. But now Jio, Airtel, all of these companies, phone companies, have that app already tracking the people. It is not just like, oh, this is not like mandatory right now for Apple and Samsung, but everyone else already has the app. I'm surprised I'm not dead. I'm the foremost anti-Israel war people. Wait, like, you are still an American citizen. They are not going to do it. They still have to maintain like the guise of like the American hegemony, like, and then anti-Israel is still something you can say out loud. They still have to do it. It will come. Don't worry about it. We are all going to be in jail or dead. It's all coming for us until we do something about it. Palantir is absolutely scary. It is horrendously bad. There, like, if you follow Zateo, I would highly recommend the recent Zateo, it was an interview about Palantir. It is like the most evil organization to exist. It is a war profiteering organization. Palantir has been used in nearly every single country that is affiliated with the United States of America. America pushes Palantir like it's its own child, but it is not. It is Israel's child. I'm still scared if that they have some secret background tracking with apps like DigiYatra. They do. Dude, they do. Why do you think that it's not there? Why do you think that is not there? You should be switching to Graphene OS or something. Like, do you really think that they do not track you? Do you really think that they cannot track you? They can track you wherever you are. Like, stop crying. Just switch, like, stop using these apps. Like, every time you switch off your GPS, all of these apps have a heart attack. Do you not get that notification saying, oh, do you really want to switch off GPS? Some apps will lose functionality. That is what it is. There's a reason why I keep blocking my everything whenever I'm ever anywhere. Just use Graphene OS at this point. Like, you or literally, this is not me saying it. This is some people saying it. I'm just not saying it for legal reasons. But this is not me saying it, that, and I think I shouldn't be saying it. Just a PSA that you should not be saying this is that, and something that you should not say is, do not say that if you want to really protect yourself, get a cheap ass phone. You can, and do not say this, that you can root that phone, and do not say that you can remove all of these extra apps from your app store just by rooting the phone. So do not say that. It is not, you cannot find shit like this on the internet, and how to workarounds for tracking apps. I'm not saying that technically it is illegal in India to even root your phone, which is supposed to be your phone, but it's illegal, so don't do it. The only good thing working for us in this surveillance case is Indian babus are too incompetent to do anything properly. Yes, that is true. And I think Ellen will understand that in America, American babus, like the politicians and shit, are also extremely incompetent. Like, they were incompetent about saving their asses even on the, what was the shit? Like the Epstein file shit. They even let shit go past them. They are so fucking incompetent. Like, in Indian babus are same. Like, Indian babus are so money minded and position minded that they will fuck over their own institution to get their position. So that's why I still see hope in India, because you can easily force the politicians to do shit. All you have to do is have a movement, and the politicians will follow you like they are termites and we are the wood. Like, we are basically, we can rule over our Indian politicians because they do not have an overarching controller like Israel has with American politicians. I'm so sorry for Americans, but like, we still don't have it in India, so which is good. They are not directly paid by an external factor, which is good. Yeah, I heard that that they censored, but if you copy and paste it in other Word docs, you can see past tense. Yeah, they're extremely incompetent. Hold on. Anyway, it is 7:30, so I'm gonna head off now. Hopefully, none of us is going to be arrested by the time we are back again tomorrow. Thank you for coming. I'll see you back here. Good night. Shabba khair. Do not forget to share the goddamn stream. It is extremely important. This is more important than any one of us pooping today. Share the damn stream. Good night. Thank you very much for coming. Have a lovely day and have a lovely life. Hopefully, none of us gets arrested.